engaging first, they were the one like losing it out. So maybe,
Oh,
like in the previous game, wait out for DS to engage first and retaliate.
yeah, that has to be something to point out, especially since Asuya mentioned it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the second game, a drafting phase, as of now into the Mythic Showdown. And forecasters today, Solski and Asuya, please take it away.
No, I will not take it away. I will grab it away. All right, as you said. Okay, never mind. I mean, Asuya, you go on for it.
Well, right now the only thing which came to my mind is like you have preferences for grabbing away. Um, and with that, we do have the
All
second
right.
match right there. So the first match, they might be testing the waters right there, Solski, and just look at them, Venom Esports panning out that Hylos. Was he that annoying? Was he that like the way he was zoning? Was that so much of importance? Like, what do we say? Was he that
Ah,
making so much change, so much importance in that game that he needs to be banned this game?
yeah. I mean, that was very good zoning coming from the side of from that, not Hayabusa, but this Hylos, because I mean, not that much because they if when they were not winning, Hylos was just being using his, they were melting Hylos quite good in the, in every team fight. It's just that they lost momentum. That's when how Hylos became a very prominent force. So maybe that is the reason they banned it. And look at the Moscow ban right there. They learned the lesson this time, and they also banned the Hayabusa Team DS. And also, guys, till you guys are seeing us from in the chat, shout out to everyone. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe the stream. Lucky is there, Taichi is there. Shout out to everyone, Zanzo and Rizzler, and Aurelia is also there. By the way, guys, Aurelia has their birthday, so please spam happy birthday Aurelia in the chat. Coming back to the point, there is, as you mentioned, there is the Matilda ban. I would say they are all cliche ban, to be honest. And for the last, Venom, the priority should be here. Do you think that they will prioritize Badang this time, or they will ban Badang?
Well, that's hard, very hard question. If you pick up a Badang, or if you do not ban him, just go for something which can counter him pretty easily. A Zushin is someone who can give a lot of problem to the Badang because if he doesn't have that flicker, of course he doesn't have flicker all of the time. So he needs to look for a position, a close by position, and since his dashes, the distance got nerfed, he's actually pretty close to the enemy. So yeah, Zushin can be quite a trouble right there. Kimi can melt him down, and there are a lot of other options. Picking up a Kalia, just grab that Badang, throw him inside the turret, and just take him down. So there are a lot of options, but then again, it makes, it depends on what will be the
Okay.
first pick coming from the
Mhm.
side of Team Venom right
Ex-
now.
Exactly. But you know what? Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was about to say. Kimmy was open. Kimmy is just like a no-brainer pick because Kimmy is like a flex pick. You don't know where she's going, go mid lane or gold lane. You can, tease enemy that no, we are going gold lane with Kimmy, and then you can pull out some some gold lane, and you will see Kimmy going mid lane. And as
Jungle
for Kalia,
Kimi.
all right, we can go with the EXP Kimmy as well because I think she can do pretty good in EXP. Why not a Sri? I think we can try it tonight, I guess. But yep. Uh, for the side of team DS, okay, there it is. The everything. Oh my God, they have got the brains this time. Okay. Never mind. Okay, guys, let me tell you why Irithel is
DS
a good
again.
pick. Yeah, let me tell you why Irithel is good here. Okay, wait, let me just get into the professor voice. Because Irithel is a very high mobile marksman and Kimi is weak against high mobile heroes. And if you pick Irithel as a first pick, you have the opportunity to take down that, I would say, Kimi with just one instant burst. Just you shoot down your S1, S2, and then you use heavy crossbow, and then one, two, three, boom, Kimi gone. And how I know it? Because I am an Irithel main in this season, and I'm going to be soon. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna flex it. You will just see it in your leaderboard. Don't forget to check your leaderboard, guys. And yep, I'm just loving I'm just being biased because I'm a Rithel main. But yep, Irithel I would say is a quite good pick. But I still think they could have gone for some assassin, or maybe Irithel they could have picked it later because they didn't know that Venom is going to pick Irithel. But that's a very good thought process from the side of Team DS. But this Padang that they have taken, I think they could have gone for Kalea because Kalea is a very good pick off for that Kimi. Even if she takes Purify, especially this Kimi is pretty hard to catch. So you need an assassin for that. And for the assassin, Ling is a very very much better pick. But this time Ling has also been gone towards the side of Team Venom right now. But Venom jungler. I think okay, the
Oh,
Florine was open. The Florine, I forgot about the Florine, guys. She is like a cute demon, to be honest. She is getting banned all over the rank. I think all over the world in the ranks, and now we are seeing a Florine pick right there. So I think Austria, you love Florine, right? I'm being sarcastic right now.
no, I do not. But
I know
Peachy
I'm being
loves her.
sarcastic.
Peachy loves her. So if she was here, I'm sure she would be happy. And
What do you
we
mean?
do look at
I'm a
what
Florine man. What do you mean?
you are a Florin man. Yeah, I know you play Angela and Florin with that Sky Piercer. So yeah, absolutely. No one can main him or her better than you. So
I know that. I know, right? So yeah,
well
we are in the
then.
second banning phase. What do you have to say? Yeah, so yeah, go on, go on.
The draft actually, Padang right there is a good pick, and DS
Badang
did
totally.
manage to grab once again. But then just look at that. Just like I said, there is the Kalia, and Badang will most probably be on that flicker. So if he tries to, look for some exchanges, look for some stance or CC right there, Kalia can just disengage or disorganize him, just remove him out of the picture. Same goes for the Link. Like he is a great assassin with the ultimate, he does have that purify. So if Badang manages to catch him down, he has a lifesaver for himself. But then again,
Hmm.
the only problem right here is how is Link supposed to take down that Irithel? Because there is a range of his ultimate, and if she just manages to just dash away with her ultimate, because of course no good Irithel player, they will just wait it out for Link's ultimate to be used up.
Yeah, which good player you're talking about? Good little player.
It's you, Solski, of course.
Thank you, thank you. All right, all right. So for the second banning phase, we are seeing that there is a Harad ban that's a good ban, but they are also banned with the Fovius. I mean, they could have also picked the Fovius themselves, but they are also looking at the possibility for the Venom to go to ban this Harad because Harad might be the gold laner and Kimi might go to the mid. That's what you get when you have the flex pick. You don't know what's the flex, where the flex will be, either the mid or the gold. So you have to take predictions out of it. Maybe your prediction is right, maybe your prediction is wrong. That totally depends on the team venom right now, but that gives you a pressure on the banning section, and that's why they have into the pressure they have also banned Harith and the Phobius, and they have banned the Phobius. Do you think I mean um Phobius gave them a hard time last match? I mean, he did give away the hard time, but I don't think so it was that much. Okay, a Bakshia pick right there. Okay, that will survive a lot of HP along with the slow rain, but they are heavily dependent on the damage coming from Miracle right now, and they need a solid mage to cope up for the damage. If they go for the Sicilian, I think they will be heavily dependent on the Baksha for the early game because Kimi is like a very good damage dealer in the early game as well because of the buff she has gotten. So they have got to choose the mage wisely, I would say, because the Farsa, if they go for the Farsa, Ling is there, so she will have a very hard time. Sicilian is quite a self-dependent mage, I would say, but it lacks the damage in the early game. So well, let's just see what DS is going to pick here. Meanwhile, we can see the carry, and that's a very good chip. I was about to say the chip is also open, and they have gave away. I mean, if you can't counter the Florine, he'll just gang the Florine with 5 people and just kill her and then start the fight again. To be honest, so for the mate side, it's going to be a very crucial pick right now. If they go for the Louis, she will be having a okay. Never mind. There's the Valentina right
Oh,
there,
this
but
is
they will
what.
still lacking. They're still lacking a lot of damage from the magic, man. I mean, Valentina gives out the magic. I'm not saying she does. She also needs a lot of items now because of the nerf she has gotten. But there's a lot of ultimate that she can use. Basically, shortcut from the chip right there. So the drafting point of view, damage is lacked from the side of Team DS, but they have quite a very very utility point of draft. If they use their utility well, they can compensate for the damage. And for the side of Team Venom, they have already, I think, they have full packed things right there in their hands.
Well, definitely the drafts, look to be really good from both the sides right now. Kimmy is the mage, and she will be melting down. Um, like at the same time, one more thing that Valentina pick, why I really love that not only she can use Kalia as well as that shortcut, the two ultimates right there. She can also move around. She has two dashes, and she most probably will be on a purify, or maybe if she's on a flicker, she can move around from Kimi. Kimi really needs to keep retargeting her basics
Oh,
So
yes.
she will be having a pretty good time even with that Kimmy's ultimate. She has that slow, she has that damage. So Valentina is pretty good pick right here. But then again, Baksha will be getting melted down pretty fast by that carry. She manages to get farmed. And there's one more thing that Badang, as soon as the Baksha will be in the front, they will be completely ahead. And Florence, of course, squishy. And she really needs like maybe 6 minutes into the game where you get that flask, and when she gives that heal or the shield right there before that, she's pretty vulnerable because I think Kalia as well as that Kimi combo itself in the early can do a lot.
Exactly, but now we are still okay. We are seeing a lot of skirmish right there
Oh,
going on, but there will be the first blood for the side of team. Oh my God! Team DS got the first blood right there, and now they're going for the Lita Wanderer. Will be getting the Lita with the retribution right there, and there was a lot of skirmish. Okay, there's the microplay gameplay coming from the side of team Venom right there. I think Vakshia. I mean, Badang with a Bakshia. I mean that if you couple it really well, I mean you have just a free kill just we early game. I mean they are heavily dependent on that Bakshia. Meanwhile, Kimi gave up the damage, but not this. I mean, Amba is not talking about this much early game. Early game is like the 5 minutes mark of the game is still 5 minutes mark. Kimi can give you the get damage with the one item only, I guess. So they gotta wait for their power spike. But Bakshia, he doesn't need a power spike because he is power himself right from the early game as well. Look at the tortoise man, and there will be the chip. Chip doesn't have too much of defense right there. He must not
oh,
forget it. There is a good gang coming from the side of team. Funny Valentine, DS Funny Valentine. There will be the turtle up. There's a Banang
oh,
with a stun right there, and he has gotten a hold of that guy. Will he survive or not? I don't think so. He will survive. Yep, he will get die. And there is the Biju Hunter will go down from the hands of side from the hands of Team DS, and that will be the first turtle right now. And
oh.
there is again a fish crack right onto the wall, just going for that Kimi. Kimi didn't bring Purify in this match. I don't know what she was thinking, to be honest.
Well, same question here. And just look at Badang, already level 4, already providing so much CC and Kalia. She is a great pick. She has that passive heal, and yet she's not being able to utilize that. Already given away 2 kills to DS right now. They are like they have the neutral objective. They are on that 3K gold lead. At the same time, they should have, I just thought that even though there is the Kalia and the Kimi, but then again, the enemy has the Baksha. They have the Valentina, who is pretty good in the early, at the same time also a Badang. So the early is definitely in the hands of DS right now. But then just look at that engage coming in, Ling flying away over those walls. The Cyan Finch, he is moving away gracefully. And with that, for now, I think Team Venom Esports really need to play it safe. But in the top lane, the flicker being used up by Jazz, the shortcut coming in, looking for the one engage, and Jazz just dashing away from the ultimate coming
Oh,
in. Okay, one more person. Kalia just moving him around, slamming them left and right. It's 2 versus 2 right there. Link actually not being able to do anything at this point, doesn't have enough damage. Boksha being able to sustain quite a lot, especially with that passive coming in from Florent.
yeah, that's a very okay. Now the Yamraj has a tsunami slam. I think now Yamraj is gonna take someone with him. And I think it might be the gangster right there. And as you said, there is too much sustain from that Bakshi. And Bakshi, look at that, he's not giving her any room to breathe for that Ling. And that's how you should play Bakshi, to be honest, because you know that you are a tank and you are
Oh,
have look, there is a good fish crack break combo. And this Valentina got the second kill of this game. Meanwhile, Bakshi will use his okay. There is a tsunami slam from Flicker from that
oh,
Valentina, and will give away take away that Kimi. And that's why, guys, you should bring Purify because there is a Valentina right there. Wonderfully played by that Yumraj. What a shot calling giving away from the team DS right there. Meanwhile, we can see there is a possible gang from in the bottom side, bottom lane side as well. Maybe not. Okay, they will fall back for now. But look at the microplay coming from the side of Team DS right now.
Micro, macro, Solsky, both of them are in their control. And Team Venom Esports, especially the chip, really needs to know that he isn't pretty tanky because he is, more of a utility out there, isn't the tankiest among all those tanks. So he shouldn't be just moving away just like a gangster in front of a Badang who can just unlock him instantly. And there's so much gold lead in the hands of DS right now. They have so much damage, even though, just like Solsky mentioned before, that they lack the damage, only have Irithel for that, but yet, just look at the amount of damage they are giving right now. The Valentina, the early game, the Irithels passive, which will be just the first skill, taking out those defenses, those armor. combination of everything is giving so much damage right there. But in the top lane, the shortcut coming in once again, Badang in the tight situation, 4 versus 1. Nami Slam coming in, uses up that flicker along with the second skill. The first crack coming in, stun locking, but it will be him, won't be taken down. Meanwhile, it will be two more people taken down one by one. Cyan Finch with his ultimate, trying to purify, trying to move away. Valentina still sticking after him, looking for that one engage. Okay, she might dash it off once again. One hit is all that's needed, and Momo will also be taken down. And here comes the recall spam, the toxicity of those recalls. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Sakura not having the best time of her life right there. Just look at the damage coming in from the Erythel, and Florin right behind her, trying to safeguard her. The lead is in the hands of Team DS right now. So, Solski, what do you think Team Venom Esports can do? Like, just look at the severe lack of gold they have right now.
Just play safe now. Basically, that's what you need to do because you have the late game right there. But you know what? I just said that yeah, they lack that. They are dependent on Funny Valentine for the damage for the late game, but the early game, look at that Baksha. He's just not getting melted right away. But there is the blast from that Kimi. But look at the Florian with the blessing right there. Mega kill will go towards that Valentine on the bottom lane side. Meanwhile, a lot of people are low in the mid lane side. We can see there is the kill from that Funny Valentine to that Biju Hunter along with X Cross. I mean, come on, X Cross, bro. You gotta bring that Purify because you just died because without that Purify 4 times now. So I mean, that might be the lesson, but this is remember this is the game pointer for the side of Team DVS right now. But they are dominating this game like they just they're just here to end this game early. Meanwhile, you know, team. I mean, just let's just see itemization because 4 times Kimi has died, so she will take, I think, at least next 5 to 6 minutes to get online again. There is just feather of heaven, that's all. Meanwhile, you can see Irithel has already gotten her Wind Talker along with that good tough boots because you need for that for to minimize this 30% slow. Meanwhile, Badang with a good okay, there is her blade armor. That's a very good thought coming from the Badang. It can counter. Okay, there is. I mean,
Hmm?
come on, man. That was not a very good engage from the Link. It was, that was a very good try from the Link as well, to be honest. But you know what? Yamraj, meanwhile, now he will give away the damage. I was, you just gotta wait for the 5 minutes till Valentina, tried, yes, will give, will hit you like I would say, mm,
You like
give me
heart
some,
attack.
no, not heart attack. Why you wanna kill people with a heart attack? I mean, it will hit you like I would say a good punch, to be honest. So yeah, okay,
Well, well.
so we can see there's a slight skirmish in the red side, and there is a lot of okay. There is
Oh,
a fish break. Okay, that's a very good flicker from the side of team. Okay, from the Grateful Dog, to be honest. So that's a flicker used. So they just gotta wait for this carry to come online. But meanwhile, they have the range advantage. Okay, there is a Tsunami Slam. Okay, never mind. There is no Tsunami Slam for the Biju Hunter. I think she would have done so because there is just verify for the Funny Valentine right there. Meanwhile, you can see Jazz waiting for the perfect opportunity to go with set because he has a flicker right now. There is a slam from the sub. Okay, there is a
oh,
tsunami slam. There will be the blast from the Kimi. There will be the heal from the Florian from the backside. Meanwhile, that's a little overextension from that Baxia. And Jazz tried to keep up with the damage,
oh.
but look at another kill, and that's a shutdown will go towards the carry. I think that's a little bit overextension coming from the side of Team DS right there.
You know, this is what they were waiting for. This is what, just like I said in the previous game, whenever they are the ones who engage first, when the esports are on the losing end. In this team fight, they waited for the side of Team DS to engage first. Meanwhile, Ling doing the best, the thing which he's best in, just split pushing. And yes,
You
he
know,
has so much mobility with him. At the same time, finally, a Team Venom getting those skills right there. But I think Gangster will be taken down, even though he's a gangster, but unfortunately, he's the one who's getting ganged up upon. That's pretty ironic, if you ask me. The goal
yeah,
lead, which actually got pretty okay for the side of Team Venom Esports, I think it's once again in the favor of Team DS right now, and that was a very bad time to engage because the Lord is up, it's the first Lord of the game. You really do not want to die at this time. I think Team DS will be taking this pretty freely unless Team Venom Esports or the Kalia they're
oh,
looking for some engages. But look at the Tsunami Slam coming in, the flicker being used up right there. They're still after him once again. The
oh,
Valentina doing that counter slam, and it will be an Udo reverse. But look at the
oh.
flicker and the fist crack right there on the two people. Carry once again manages to flicker away, but unfortunately, Kimi will not be able to escape. Irithel going in for those low kills, looking for those kills right there. But of course, this positioning of the carry, the way she plays and the uses of those flickers, pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But don't forget the funny one. He has the quarter. But okay, never mind. I think Makshama died. No, 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 no. He wouldn't because there is the fluorine right there. So I would like to see itemization because we haven't been able to talk about the itemization in this game because it was not that much of a defense because we know that the team DS is winning the team fights. But now we can see there is the ant-heal now with the Kimi, but severely lacking. The highest goal is 7,000 approximately. Meanwhile, the highest goal of the side of team DS is 9,000 approximately from the side of team DS is marksman. That's basically if she hit 10,000 marks, she will
Oh,
get the full itemization, and that's how you got to burst with it, guys. That's just do the heavy crossbow arrow combo, and the defense will be low of the enemy, and that's how you will die. I would say, okay, there might be the tsunami slam
okay.
right there. There will be the splash from that Kimi, heal from that Florine, and this time again they will die from the hands of the side of Funny Valentine from the side of DS. But look at that Momoke trying to buy some time for him, and that's a very good link kind of a gameplay. If the Tempest Blade will go for something, no, 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 he will fall back. But now Hideouts will be getting the Oracle right there. That's a quite unique pick for this Florine. Meanwhile, Hideouts has also gotten the Oasis, the Flask of Oasis, as well as the that fleeting time. So if you got 20%, 30%, I would say 20% cooldown, as well as if someone dies from that fluorine heals, if she will her cooldown will be cut down by some person. That's going to be a very very tough to I would say anticipate that how if fluorine has that did the ultimate, but when it's coming back. So so far so forth, Team Venom is holding for them. If this game hit to 15 minutes mark, I think Team Venom might be able to make a comeback for now, but I don't think so. I would say Team DS is gonna give them this easily. I would say the momentum that they need. Team Venom, that momentum that they need right now.
I mean, definitely, and it's like the snowball which DS got. They're just pushing it forward. They do not want to give up on the lead they have. Look at the damage coming in from the original and the Cyan Finch are laying in a very low HP. Gets stunned by Jazz. Will be taken down. Meanwhile, once again, it will be Chip on the chopping block and carry also down. Will this be the end? It's two versus five people right there. Nami Slam coming in, but it isn't enough. Kimi trying to do something right there. Doesn't have enough
Look at Buck.
equipment. At the same time, they're just out equipped if you ask me. Just look at the Baksha right there.
Oh,
Okay, look at the fireman stun coming in, but it will not be enough as the heal from Florin just takes it all away. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the winners of this best of three as Dakusena just clean sweeps the entire thing.
exactly. Team Venom. I mean, kind of. I would say they didn't execute their draft properly. To be honest, if you ask me, Chip. I mean, let's just ask
Hmm.
Debbie. Debbie, if you are here, I mean, just gotta ask you from your opinion because I think Team Venom underperformed this game. To be, I mean, they could have actually made their draft work if they just waited patiently because they had that, I would say, mid to late game potential, but they just go for the Bakshas to fight. I mean, that's kind of, I would say, when you try to fight Bakshia with his tortoise persistence with him, that makes him much much more sustainable to damage, and you don't have instant burst as I would say as even as a mage or as maybe something else. So I mean, even if I would say, I mean, you could have just waited a little bit. To be honest, waited a little bit longer. You might be able to pull this game because you had the carry, you had the Kimi. Kimi need at least one item to give over the damage. I mean, that starts to hit, and with the two or three items, she is going to be a very very good support. And Link, I mean, they just lost when this ship getting caught by uh, that Badang we can see. So Asuya, what do you have to say about that? Because I think you have your words to say for the side of Team Venom and DS.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that I think the chip pick was being futile. Maybe they were planning those plays, when Kalia uses up the slam, picks up the enemy, and the portal comes in and they throw him way too far behind. But then it was too hard to just do it right there. But then again, Debbie, I know you have something
Okay,
to say
okay,
to
okay.
us.
No, no, I mean, she will not say for now because I think um,
Oh.
she will have to go. I mean, just enjoy her presence, guys, because she has a very beautiful face in the middle, along with the beautiful face on the left of her as well. Both of these two beautiful faces, just enjoy them for now because I'm gonna yap for a while. So, so yes, To be honest, they were focusing on the wrong lane. If you ask me, he just used his shortcut on the top lane to the Badang. I mean, why, bro? Just go for the shortcut in the bottom lane side. It will be very useful for you because Funny Valentine only had Purify. He didn't have the sprint. Purify gives you a slight purification of stuns and slows for a brief moment of time. You could have gone for the Irithel instead. But instead, you fight with, Chip fought with Badang in the early game, didn't have the quite good positioning. If you have to make your draft work, you got to learn how to, I would say, got to make your draft work. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? So I
And
will wait
yeah,
for you. Yeah, we will wait for just who is the MVP for this game, and also, yep, Asuya, you were saying something.
one more thing which I just noticed is that Ling didn't have a proper support right from the early. And of course, I think like in the previous game, they just fast picked that Moscow, which I think shouldn't have. They shouldn't have done that. That even though Moscow was doing a great job, then they got countered pretty hard. And marksman is something, as well as the jungler, two of the roles which you do not want to be countered because they will be carrying the early and the late, which are very crucial for winning the game. At the same time, like they did pick that link pretty quite early into the game. They could have gone in for anything else except the link, could have chosen something else towards the late game. And yeah, they did not have enough sustain because Kimi does a lot of damage, but then again, who was there to protect her? Like Kalia, she, gave away two early kills in the beginning, which is a snowball you do not want to give away, especially when you have a link which is a hero who really needs a snowball instead.
Yeah, exactly. But I love the draft of the side of DS. I kind of underestimated the Bakshia in early, but I forgot that he is one hell of a force to reckon if you know how to play Bakshia, and also if you know how to use his S1 properly. You just gotta hit the enemies properly, and that's what this Bakshia did. And you know what, Florin, we are forgetting forgetting to give credits to Florin. I mean, obviously, you can't win fights without Florin if you have the chip against you. So Florin, to counter at Florin, they didn't have the enough burst, and they have gone for the scaling heroes a lot. I would say Link scales, Kimmy scales, Carry scales, and Chip also I would need some defense to scales, I would say. And in EXP point of view, Kalea didn't quite be good, and also they gave away the Badang to the side of Team DS once again. And we just know, hi Jazz, by the way, I know that you are in the chat. So well played, brother. I mean, your team played well. Just Team DS absolutely played well in the second game. First game was close. Second game nowhere close. DS just dominated the side of Team Venom right there. But it was a very good match from both sides. You don't have to be, I think they just started the tournament. I think Team Venom will have their, I would say, learning from this game and will improve in this tournament. To be, if I am not wrong.
Well, yes, definitely. And with that, so I think this is the last game for today. But then again, I would like to ask you, who do you think would be the MVP? Because all of the members, especially from DS, they
Funny
like all
Valentine.
of them just do such good job in their own roles. The XP just setups are so good from Jazz. The Vakshi are doing such great job at jungling. The Roam, the Mage, putting up those setups, know whom to prioritize, whom to pick off. So yeah, the flanks, the accessibility, they were doing a great job, especially in this game.
Yeah, I guess. By the way,
And
DS is in the chat. By the way, so hello, hello DS. Tito is there. Daki is not in the DS, but in the DS. But yeah, no, not in Tito as well. But the Jazz is there. The Funny Valentine is there. You guys played well. By the way, shout out to all of you guys in the chat. Thank you for coming in, and you know, just I would say support like, share, subscribe the stream, and also join our community, the IGC. I mean, just IGC community. You can see in the description. You can just join our follow us in the Instagram, join Discord, join our Facebook. It will be very very much appreciated. But now we are into the loading screen, sorry, not loading screen, but we are into the, I would say, scorecard scene. And now we can see that who is going to the MVP. It's going to be, obviously, it's a Funny Valentine, but Haitatsu, I will give you my regards there. And also this Valentina, she just played I mean, who can forget that no use tsunami slam? I would say
yeah, that Uno
no use
reverse
tsunami,
from
yeah, no use
Yamraj.
tsunami slam gameplay from that Yamraj. So wonderfully played by Team DS right there, and Team Venom. I think they got to learn from little bit from the draft because they have gone. I mean, I just said that they might could have worked their draft if they just waited. But you know what, team DS just countered them very 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 good, and I also learned something new today.
What? That you shouldn't use Sky Piercer on Angela and Florin?
Yes. Anyways, guys, I think this was the last game for today in this Mythic Showdown, and it was the day 3, guys, and it's a wildcard stage, and it is powered by IGC. Also, don't before we go,